Okay, so this is problem 3, What's a Cubit? Done by Jose Magallanes, Amery Castro, Raaghav Wadhawan, and Daniel Arciniega. Okay, so constants are defined right above the classes object and measure. These constants, c to mm, p to mm, etc., are what would be multiplied with the cubits, the palms, and the digits to convert. Right here in class object is the definition section for the objects that we will be using in the main. And this measure class is another one that will be mainly used for the conversions. Right here is the default constructor for the object, which was required. We actually ran through this problem before finally running the entire program successfully. And we found out that this had to be defined as well, whether or not it be an empty constructor. In the definition for the object class for this constructor, there are two vectors sent in. One is a double, one is a string. The double contains the numbers, and the string, clearly, it contains the units. In the for loop, it will enter in by using the pushback function. This function will be reading each vector and calculating the amount in millimeters according to its unit in the string vector. This if statement, along with its continuing else ifs, will be reading the units in the corresponding subscripts. For example, if there is 300 cubits, they could be read into the vectors as numbers I equals 300 and units I equals cubits. This was especially efficient for calculating and converting the numbers into millimeters in an efficiently short code. This would eventually return a total as a double in millimeters. This would then move on to the next function, which passes in these millimeters and returns a measure object. Down here, you can see that it passes out, or it returns the object measure in meters, feet, and inches. Meters is a double, feet is an integer because it will be printed out as integer with a double in inches. The next function will be the print function, and it will be taking in arguments as a measure object and printing them out. Right here was a little research that we had to do. Set F, it sets the position for how many decimal places will be printed out afterward. For here, you can see that there are 3 decimal places printed out for the meters, none for the feet, because obviously it will be an integer, and 2 for the inches, as explained in the instructions. And finally, the main. The main contains one while loop, which allows the user to input multiple lines that will be sent into the toObjects function as it shows here. The for loops here are sending in each line of input into each of the functions one by one and in order, which then eventually prints out through the printer function up there in order the cubits and palms and digits into meters, feet, and inches.
Okay, and to finish it off, we just want to run it with the sample input that was given to us. Okay, so the program runs, We're going to go ahead and enter 300 cubits. Two cubits, 1 palm, 2 digits, 3 palms, 3 digits, and last but not least, 1 cubit and 2 digits. Enter, and then in the program, and as you can see, the program successfully gave us the output for the sample input.